What is going on, everyone? Platinum Beast coming at you with yet another video. Today we're going to be talking about platinum limit. What should your limit be? What's my limit? All that good stuff. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, everyone, so today we're talking platinum limits, okay? Now, you might be asking yourself, Platinum Beast, what do you mean platinum limit? Do you mean stacking limit? Do you mean price limit? Do you mean ratio to other metals or other investments limit? What are you talking about? Well, we're going to discuss just all of that stuff today, okay? So, buckle up and let's get into it. So, first of all, how much platinum should you stack in your stack? Well, that's going to be different depending on who you ask. Now, some of y'all are like, oh, one of those videos who's not really going to give me a straightforward answer. Well, I'm sorry, but everybody's different, right? Everybody's different in their stacking adventures and what kind of risk tolerance they have and things of that nature. And so I can't really give a definite answer as to what I think you personally should have in your stack. Now, as for me, I'm the most bullish on platinum, okay? So that's what you're mainly going to see on my channel, and that's what I'm going to mainly stack here, is just platinum on platinum on platinum on platinum, okay? And so that's going to be the case here. And so if you ask me, I'm going to say make platinum your most aggressive metal. But some of y'all are perhaps a little bit older than I am. Some of y'all are a little bit more risk averse than I, and so that's not going to make you comfortable, right? So I would say stack whatever you are comfortable with stacking. Now, as far as me, I'm going to keep stacking platinum for as long as I can, as long as the price is reasonable, right? Now, I think platinum is a long-term stacking metal. I think it's just the same as silver and gold in that aspect. I just think it reacts a little differently and it moves a little differently and it does things a little bit differently than your traditional metals, okay? Just like traditional stocks. There's traditional stocks, your Apples, your Walmarts, your P&Gs, your IBMs, whatever the case may be, right? Your traditional blue chip is what they call them, blue chip stocks. And then there's your outliers, right? I can't think of any right now, but in the past, it's been things like Amazon and Tesla. An online bookstore, I'm not buying that. Oh, I wish I bought that. An electric car, I'm not buying that. Oh, I wish I bought that, right? Regardless of your stance on either of those companies or their CEOs, a lot of people missed out on opportunity to just make buku bucks in those markets, right? Because there was a lot of risk with a lot of reward, and they just weren't willing to take that risk. With precious metals, I think there's a fair amount of reward with fairly low risk, right? This metal will never be worthless, okay? It'll never truly be absolutely worthless as far as the price of the metal. It'll always have some type of value attached to it. And so, because of that, I'm going to keep stacking it, and stacking it, and stacking it, and stacking it. Now, the limit that I place on myself is basically 0 on platinum. I do have a spot price limit, but as far as an overall stack and how much weight I'm going to stack, I'm just going to keep stacking it. And that's how most stackers are. They stack and stack and stack and stack. Some people have been stacking for decades and decades and decades, maybe even half a century by now. Precious metals have been pulled out of currency that is circulating for well over 50 years actually now. So we have probably some stackers who have been stacking for literally half a century. So I'm going to be one of those people with platinum, right? Now, y'all know I sold off a lot a while back, kind of took a step back from YouTube and everything, but I didn't sell everything and I never really truly lost that platinum stacking mindset or precious metal stacking mindset for that matter. So when it comes to me, I have no limit. I'm just going to keep stacking my whole life. Now, as far as spot price limit, I do have that, right? I've got a $1,500 spot price limit, and then I'll reevaluate where things are at. If palladium is floating below 1,000 and platinum's at 1,500, I'm going to stop platinum stacking for the time being at that time and kind of reevaluate. If inflation drives palladium to 1500 and platinum still at 1500, then I could see myself switching back to platinum, if that makes sense. So platinum is a decent metal to kind of pay attention to, and it's very valuable, and it has an intrinsic value, an industrial value, and all that stuff. I know a lot of stackers are like, it's worthless, it's nothing, silver and gold are the only true metals. However, God created platinum just like God created gold and silver, so he created it all, and it all has intrinsic value, right? It's just platinum was discovered much later in history, so it's not as anciently valuable, I guess, if that makes sense, than platinum. But it still has been around for a very long time. So, with that being said, we've discussed what my limit is, which is none, what my spot price limit is, which is $1,500, and then we'll reevaluate and kind of take a step back and hold and look and do some interesting things. Now, what is my limit as far as my overall stack? Well, I am bullish on platinum, as you know, okay? So I'm going to be making this the largest portion of my stack. This is what I stack. My name is the Platinum Beast, and I'm going to hold true to that. I'm going to be very bullish on platinum, okay? So this metal is what I'm going to stack, and this is what I'm going to focus on overall. That's not to say I'm not going to buy gold and silver and palladium. However, this is what's on my mind constantly. So that's what I'm going to stack. So it will always have the largest portion of my stack. I'm never going to make silver or gold my largest portions. Platinum is going to be it. Now, you and the majority of people, I would say, probably aren't in that camp. They like to stack platinum as a side gig, but they focus on gold and silver. And that's fine. Gold and silver probably at the end of the day are the safest metals to stack as far as securing your wealth and things like that. I mean, all great things. And so if I, as an unbiased person, as unbiasedly as I can, if you will, want to put a ratio on what your limit is as far as the percentage of your stack that should be platinum, and man, that was a mouthful. What should it be? Well, I would say if you are sitting on 50% gold right now and 50% silver, platinum, I'd say throw maybe 10% at it, right? That might be a little aggressive. Some of y'all might be just 1 to 5%, but I'd say 10% is a safe bet, right? Because at the end of the day, if you've got $1,000 in silver, $1,000 in gold, and $100 in platinum, and platinum doubles in value, you now have $200 in platinum, and let's say gold and silver just haven't moved that much for whatever reason, you can take that $200 in platinum, subtract 100, dump it into silver or gold, which are your main metals, and still have $100 in platinum, and you haven't lost out, right? Now, if you buy platinum and it goes nowhere, it doesn't go up, it doesn't go down, it just stays flat, well, you haven't lost any money other than maybe a little bit inflationary sort of movement, which is 2 to 5 to 6. I know we're in a crazy market and we've had a crazy couple of years here, maybe up to 8%, but on $100, $8, yeah, that sucks, but I mean, you just eat out one less time, right? Literally one less, not one less a week, just one less time. So, in the grand scheme of things, the inflation aspect is important. However, missing out would really be a detriment, right? There's a lot of people who wish they invested in Tesla and Amazon and all these companies when they first started or first started gaining traction and missed out, right? So I think it's important that everyone have at least a little bit of platinum in their stack. So 10% would be my advice on strictly gold and silver stackers on what I think you should put into platinum. Palladium's a whole nother animal in and of itself. I think gold, silver, and platinum is a very, very smart, wise, strategic thing. Getting into palladium, you really are getting into more bullish PGM metals. So I would hold on that unless you are a true believer in platinum like myself. But with all that being said, what do you think? What percentage of your stack do you allocate towards platinum? What is your platinum spot price limit before you start saying, I need to reevaluate? And what portion of your stack currently does platinum take, right? I kind of want to hear all that down below in the comment section from y'all. So let me know all that. And with all that being said, I appreciate y'all stopping by and checking out the video today. Be sure to hit the like button on your way out. Hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with future updates on my channel. With all that being said, until next time, we'll see y'all.